Chad's presidential palace has been attacked by gunmen on early hours on Thursday. Now, this presidential palace has been attacked while President of Chad is still inside. President of Chad is Mohamed Idris Iteno, and this happened now against the background after hours after the foreign minister of China has visited has met the president of Chad. And so far the casualties are one soldier has died from the government side, and 18 gunmen have been killed by the soldiers of the government. The foreign minister and at the same time, who is a spokesperson of Chad, has given they released this video where the foreign minister speaks in front of the palace, reassuring the people that there is no problem and all the situation is under control. So let me just share that video with you, and I will share with you what I think surrounding the circumstances and against the background of how this attack against the president, it's not really against the presidential palace. If they could, they would have drove in all the way to the palace and killed also the president. But for now, they have controlled it. Yeah, so the foreign minister and the spokesperson of the country have given its reassurance that things are under control. So the first suspect that came out was that Boko Haram, the Boko Haram terrorist group. Look at this. This is Foreign Minister Abdurrahman Kulamala, who gave, telling the people it's all under control. But later on, actually, the foreign minister said these are not even terrorist group, not even Boko Haram, given that the weapons that they have is not really what a terrorist group could have. It's a knife which they stabbed actually some of the soldiers. So they injured 3 or 4 soldiers of the presidential palace guards, and also just small arms. But they came with this pickup car, so they break the main gate of the palace, killed 1 soldier, injured some, and they drove in all the way. But still, it was under control. So that's a good thing. But yeah, let's analyze now against what background this is coming from. First of all, 2 weeks before this, Chad has had a parliamentary election in which the opposition called Les Transformateurs has opposed the result. That's number one. Number two, this came just few hours after the visit of the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who is on a tour in Africa. After Chad, he went also currently he's in Nigeria meeting Bola Tinubu. And then the third thing that Idris Deby, the current president, Mohamed Idris Iteno, is the son of the previous president, who is, his name is Idris Deby. And he died actually. There is this striking similarity. Now, the president, his father, the current president's father, who was the former president of Chad, Idris Deby, has died in the northern part of the country while fighting a terrorist group. So he died of his injuries. That was back in 2021. So after that, they said, the son will rule for 18 months, which he did. He's Mohamed Deby Iteno, who is the current president. Then in 2024, they have held election and he won. And this was not really welcomed by other opposition group like Les Transformateurs. Now, let me tell you another background which makes it interesting. Now, Les Transformateurs is led by a person called Marcel or Masra. Masra is the leader of this party, and Masra has always been a leader of opposition party, and actually he was in exile, and he came to the country in 2024 after a kind of peace brokerage led by the ECOWAS state, the Economic Community of Western African States. So he came back from his exile and was given a position of a prime minister in 2024. But after that, when the election comes for presidential election, then he ran against the current president, the son of the previous president, who is Mohamed Debi Iteno. So it was for the first time in the country's history, or maybe in any other, it's very rare, where the transitional president and the prime minister went head to head, running for presidential running against each other. So finally, Mohamed Debi Iteno, the current president, won, and that wasn't really well received by the Les Transformateurs leader Masra. So I told you, the peace was brokered by ECOWAS, and he came back to the country, was given a prime minister position, ran against the current president, prime minister versus the transitional president, but the transitional president won. So now, and then 2 weeks before, there was parliamentary election, and that was also the Les Transformateurs has lost, and they actually expressed that they were not happy about it. So these are all the backgrounds that are going on, and then now, bam, we hear an attack by gunmen against the president. I mean, they're not. I'm sure they weren't there just to attack the building or the palace itself. But still, the foreign minister, and at the same time, the spokesperson of the Chad government, has told us these are probably, as he calls them, some hopeless, like drunkard men. He used this French phrase. I forgot the clause, but yeah, like a drunkard people from one of the districts in N'Djamena. N'Djamena is the capital of Chad, and they were not really that equipped in terms of weapon. In other words, so they are telling the Chadian people and us that this was nothing like an organized terror attack, so everything is under control. But yeah, the background that it comes, it's a bit, suspicious, and suspicious in a way. I don't think this will be, the last of it. And in fact, I am afraid, this is, of course, my own opinion, that Mohamed Debi Itno will not end up like his father, being killed by terrorist group. Another major event that happened in the country is that, of course, in the last week of 2024, in December, Chad has gave an ultimatum to the French government for them to to evacuate their military. There were around 1,000 French military in N'Djamena, having it, the maximum number of French military in the Sahel region. So this comes after 2 or 3 weeks after N'Djamena gave the ultimatum to the French military. So all this make it very suspicious, and the fact that this opposition leader was, he's coming back to Chad from his exile was brokered by ECOWAS, and we all know for who ECOWAS allegiance is right now, to France. So I leave it there, and let us know in the comment section what do you think of this. Thanks again for tuning in. Adija Johnson, Nunya, Kofi Bitinam, and members only Global Legal Services. All of you, I see you, I hear you. Thank you for tuning in. Having a this gang problem, yeah, right, and also same with Haiti, right, in the Caribbean. This drunk fools, but I'm hearing Boko Haram. Yeah, exactly. It was Boko Haram first, but then later on, as they framed them as drunk fools. Well, let's see. And as the situation develops, we come back and report to you. We analyze it. Thanks very much. Thank you very much again for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share the video with others, give it a like, and support us through our PayPal account and buy me a coffee link. You can find it in the description section. I will see you on the next one, but it's a bye-bye for me for now.